How y'all doing out there? This is Cedric. Out here, Said Linus. You know me. I'm a co-host of Let's Argue with Prince Carlton morning show. We have a morning show on KRSM 89.9 is in Minneapolis, and then also I do music by the name of Said Linus. But today I want to embark on something a little new. I'm a huge boxing fan. I love boxing. I watch boxing every day, whether it's uh, a new boxing match, whether it's an old boxing match, whether it's just studying. And a lot of times I don't have people to really like debate with. So I thought maybe I just start a little channel where I can just talk about some of the things that's going on in boxing, and maybe people can comment and make videos back, and we can start like a little, community of people who love boxing. So this is the first episode. I don't know. I think I might make like an intro and stuff like that. So I might do some more things to it, but I just wanted to get the ball rolling with the first episode. So I'm just shooting it live, just like this. Not a lot of theatrics to it, but I had some things that I wanted to talk about today, and one of the things is how to score fights. So that's one of my topics I want to talk to you today. And I'm not going to make this video very long, but how to score topics, and then Errol Spence and Shawn Porter, a fight that's coming up on September 28th, if I'm not mistaken. Number one, let's talk about how to score fights. The fight that happened a couple weeks ago, or not this past weekend, but the weekend prior, was the Pacquiao and Keith Thurman fight. And I scored that fight 114-113 Keith Thurman. I thought Keith Thurman edged it out. Now, I'm not upset with the 115-112 scorecard or anything like that. Those are definitely in the range of, having a good scorecard. So I wasn't upset with the actual outcome. But I was kind of upset with how people were talking about Pacquiao dominated Keith Thurman, or he washed Keith Thurman, or it was a one-sided fight. And to me, that lets me know that people don't know what they're seeing or how to score a fight. A 12-round fight is like 12 separate little games in one fight. Nothing carries over. I don't care how good a boxer does in one round, it does not carry over to the scoring of another round. So if you're going to score a fight, you have to really be scoring it. Like, even if you do it on your phone or you do it with a pencil and a paper, you have to really score it. Because if you just looking at the fight and you hear the crowd roar and there might be a big punch from this guy, and you only really looking at the TV when there's a big punch, and you're at a social event, you might say, Pacquiao, this is a one-sided fight. Pacquiao's winning. Because nobody may be cheering for the jabs or the body punches or a lot of other things that the other fighter could be doing. So if you're going to score a fight, really make sure that you score it. Now, Max Kellerman, who I don't always agree with, but I agree with him on this one, he said that there's a story of the fight, and then there's the score of the fight. Who's winning the story? Now, I felt like Manny Pacquiao was winning the story of the fight. First of all, he's 40 years old. He got an early knockdown on Keith Thurman in the first round. And he was looking quick. He was looking younger than we've seen him look before in a very long time. So it looked like he was just a fresher guy. He was the most attractive to the eye when you're looking at the screen, how he's moving in, moving out. He's landing some big punches. He get out to a quick start. He got a quick knockdown. He's 40 years old. Maybe the old Pacquiao was back, and there's a lot of excitement about how Pacquiao kind of started the fight, And then even later on in the fight, he had the big body punch that that hurt Keith Thurman, and that he even bloodied Keith Thurman's nose. So the story of the fight was, in a big way, Manny Pacquiao's. But you can't let the story of the fight always, have a burden on the way you're scoring the fight, because you score the fight by punches, and punches and jabs and body blows and who's controlling the ring, and also, how hard somebody gets hit, or how we perceive how hard somebody gets hit. So even if you talk to the casual person who watched the fight, who wasn't scoring it, they might say, "Oh, Pacquiao probably won big." But what they don't know is that Keith Thurman landed more punches than Manny Pacquiao, and he landed at a higher percent than Manny Pacquiao did. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you score in fights, you can't get caught up in the story of the fight. You have to make sure you concentrate on who's actually landing punches, who's landing shots, and things of that nature. One of the other fights that come to my mind that happened just like that was Sergey Kovalev for Andre Ward the first time. Sergey Kovalev got to a quick start. He knocked Andre Ward down in the second round, and we hadn't seen Ward down in a very long time. And it took Ward a while to get going. But what people did was they let that first half of the fight, where Sergey Kovalev was winning most of the first half of the fight, they let that carry on to their perception of how the end of the fight went. And the end of the fight went a totally different way. So that's what I mean by, there's a story of the fight, but then you also have to score the fight. And when you score the fight, it's different from who you think is winning a lot of the times, just by looking at it or just by paying attention sometimes. The story of the fight is different from who's actually landing the punches and who's actually winning each round separately. And I also want to talk about Shawn Porter and Errol Spence are fighting on September 28th at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And this is a fight that I'm very excited about. And I don't think that Shawn Porter is getting as much credit as he deserves, as this being a tough fight. I know Errol Spence is special. He's very special. But Shawn Porter has not. Each fight that he lost, he could have very well won. Keith Thurman, that was an equal fight. Kell Brook fight, I thought he actually beat Kell Brook. Danny Garcia fight could have went either way. So even his two losses could have went either way. So it's like, I've never seen somebody dominate Shawn Porter. So there's two barometers that can go on with this fight. If Errol Spence dominates Shawn Porter and beats him, he should be ranked #1 pound for pound, and he is no doubt the best fighter in boxing right now. But if it gets deep in the fight in the later rounds, Shawn Porter is a very tough guy to fight. He's going to make you dig deep down inside of you to figure out what you have. And Errol Spence is going to have to really we're going to find out what he's made of in this fight, I think. And I'm going to end off here with this here. I like to correlate fights sometimes, but back in the day, there was a fight between Meldrick Taylor and Julio Cesar Chavez. And Meldrick Taylor was special, like Errol Spence. He had quick hands, hit very hard. He was a strong guy. And Julio Cesar Chavez was a guy who just comes at you. He body shots. He likes to cut the ring off. He has to get close to you to hit you. And Meldrick Taylor started off fast, and he was just, annihilating Julio Cesar Chavez. But as the rounds got on, especially in the deep waters, the 8th, 9th, 10th round, you got to have a lot of mental strength, too, to be able to carry on a type of focus level for a whole fight. And Julio Cesar Chavez ended up knocking Meldrick Taylor down in the 12th round, and they stopped it. But it's going to take a lot of mental fortitude for Errol Spence to be able to pull this fight out, which I think he can, because I think he's skillfully superior than Shawn Porter. But I do see a lane for Shawn Porter to win. I don't think this is a fight where it's just one-sided or everybody throw your money on Errol Spence. There is a lane for Shawn Porter to win, and that lane is as simple as the Meldrick Taylor Julio Cesar Chavez fight. So yeah, this is the first episode. Thanks for listening. Make sure you comment, subscribe. My name is Sid Linus, and just signing off.